Hi everyone, I'm Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Animal Sanctuary. Today is Monday, January 23rd, 2023, and I feel obligated to make this video because I have seen too much confusion recently when people are using targets with their snakes and other animals. So I specifically want to address the fact that there are many uses for a training target. The two uses that we address most often in the reptile community are using them to communicate something and using them to ask for something. So there are two main reasons I use targets with my snakes, and they're both very different reasons. You need to choose one. The same target can't mean more than one thing. So let's get into this, and hopefully this clears things up for people. Use number one is to communicate something to your animal, in this case to your snake. So what this would be like is me blowing a whistle to tell you it's dinner time, or ringing a bell to tell you it's dinner time. So for the snake, I'm displaying a specific training target, and that means it's dinner time. I might knock on the door to tell you that I'm about to open it, or I might yell, "Door," before I open it, in case you're standing on the other side. So this is akin to displaying a specific training target to the snake and then opening their door, so they know I'm going to open the door. Think about the school bell ringing to indicate that it's recess, or a buzzer goes off to tell you time's up. This is akin to displaying a specific training target to your snake that indicates I'm going to touch you or pick you up. So use number one is just to convey information. This target means this thing, and I am just giving you information. You don't have to do anything with that information. I'm letting the animal know that something is going to happen or that they have an opportunity in front of them. The snake literally does not have to do anything. So it's just that this specific target means this specific thing. I'm letting you know this, period. The second reason that I use a target, and I do this a lot because I do a lot of more complicated and complex and advanced behaviors, is the target is used to cue a behavior. Now I'm using the target to ask the snake to do a behavior. I'm asking the snake to do something. So in this case, the target signals an opportunity for the snake to earn reinforcement contingent upon them performing a specific behavior. So the snake sees the target, and they're expected to do something in order to earn food or another reward or reinforcement. So the keeper asks, and the snake responds with some action in order to gain something that they want or something that benefits them. So the snake follows the target to a scale, for example, and then they receive food. So the difference between number one and number two that I've just gone over, in dog terms, if you have a dog, is the dog is asked to sit, the dog then sits, and then the dog gets cheese. It's not the same thing as me saying the word cheese and then just giving the dog cheese without them having to do anything for it. So one thing is I'm just showing you a signal that means something, and you don't have to do anything. Your behavior doesn't matter. You're going to get whatever I'm giving you no matter what you do. And the second use is I'm showing you this signal or cue in order to ask you to do something. And if you do that thing, you're going to get a paycheck. So please pay attention to the differences between these two concepts. Use number one is an example of classical conditioning. The snake learns that one thing means another, and they don't have to do anything. The target means they're going to be offered food, for example, and they don't have to do anything for it. They get the food regardless of their behavior. Use number two is operant conditioning. The snake learns that the target means they must do something to earn reinforcement or to earn the reward. So the target means you have an opportunity to engage in an activity to do some behavior in order to earn food or another reward, and they only get the food if that specific behavior is completed. All right, I have in little tiny print at the bottom of this slide another example. So think of an open sign on a business. You see an open sign, and that means that the business is open. You do not have to do anything for that business to be open, right? That sign is just telling you the business is open. It's giving you information. You don't have to do anything to have those people open the business for you. There's an open sign, the business is open. The difference is if you want the business to open, and so you pay them, and now the business keeper opens the business, that is you doing a behavior in order to get them to open the business. Or think of it this way. You see the open sign, the business is open. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter if you keep walking, if you go into the business, your behavior doesn't matter. The business sign's there, the business is open. But now the business sign is there and you walk up to the door, but in order to get into the business, you have to pay a fee, you have to buy a ticket. So now you have to do something for that business to be open for you. So the sign is letting you know, hey, there's an opportunity for you to come into this business. It's open for business, but if you want to utilize this business, you have to buy a ticket first. You have to do something, and then you get to reap the benefits of coming into my business. All right. Classical conditioning is the target signals food. The target signals the door is going to open. The target signals I'm going to touch you. And it doesn't matter what the snake does. Regardless of their behavior, they're getting the food or they're getting the door open. The other thing is you show the snake the target. It means they have to do something first in order to get paid. They see the target. Oh, I have to follow that target to a scale. Once I get to the scale, then I'll get my food. It is the difference between me telling you dinner's ready and me telling you that if you vacuum, then you can have dinner. It's the difference between me telling you that I'm going to open the door and me telling you that if you do the dishes, then I'll open the door and you can be let out. It's the difference between me buying you a new game you want and me telling you that if you clean the yard, I will buy you the new game you want. So in the first instance, you're getting something no matter what you do. Your behavior could be horrible. Your behavior could be great. It doesn't matter what you do. You're just getting something. And in the second example, you're getting something only if you do something for it first. So you need to choose one use for your target and one meaning for that target. Now you can use multiple targets that have multiple meanings, but one target has one use and means one thing. If the target is telling the snake something or communicating information only, then that is how you need to use that target all the time. If the target is asking the snake to do something, then that specific target needs to always be asking the snake to do a specific thing. The same target cannot mean different things, so you decide what each target or tool will mean and don't change it. Here are some examples. If you see this red target, I am opening your enclosure door. It doesn't matter if you come out. It doesn't matter if you come to the door. It doesn't matter what you do. I'm just showing you this red ball, and it means I'm going to open your door. If you see this yellow target, I'm going to touch you. It doesn't matter what you do. I'm just telling you I'm going to touch you. You don't have to do anything in order to get me to do that. If you see this green ball, so if you see this green target, you're going to get fed no matter what. I show you the green target, you get food. It doesn't matter how you behave. It doesn't matter what you do. I'm just letting you know by showing you this green ball that you're getting food or that food's available. And then let's look at this big blue target. It's the one I use for a lot of complicated behaviors. If you see this target, you must follow it until it stops, and you must hold there in place, being very patient until I deliver reinforcement. So you get nothing for free if you see this blue target. If you see this blue target, it means I have an opportunity to get food, but I have to do something first in order to earn that paycheck, in order to earn that reinforcement. All right, so I want to make a note that you can use other things besides targets to communicate and tell your snake something, or to cue them to do something or ask them to do something. It does not have to be a training target, but I utilize these a lot. So for example, I could use a flashlight to tell my snake, I'm here, I'm opening the door. I could use a noise to tell my snake, I'm here, I'm opening the door. But if they're looking out, which many of my species are, I find these visual targets work well. Timing is important for either use of the target, whether you're just showing them the target to let them know you're going to get fed, you're showing them a different target to let them know, hey, I'm going to open your door, and you show them a different target to let them know, hey, I'm going to touch you. Or if you're using a target to indicate to them, hey, you need to do this behavior. I'm asking if you will shift out of your enclosure. I'm asking if you'll station on this scale. I'm asking if you'll come out of your hide. And if you do, then you'll get reinforced. It doesn't matter which use. You always show the target first. Okay? So for either use, the target is always presented to the snake first, and then the action by you happens, or the snake's behavior follows. So for example, I show the target, then I give food. Or I show the target, then the snake does a behavior that I expect of them, and then they get food. Or I show the target, and I open the door. Or I show the target, I wait for the snake to do the behavior I want, which is usually coming to the door that I presented the target at and waiting there. And then the door opens. So you show the target and then do what you're going to do, or you show the target, wait for the snake to do the behavior, and then reinforce. So choose your reason for using the target and stick to it. If the target does not consistently predict something specific or communicate a single concept to the snake, then it becomes meaningless and it is very confusing. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. And remember to ask yourself when you're using your training target with your snake, is this target like an open sign telling the snake that a business is open? Or is this target like an open sign telling a snake the movie theater is open, but you have to buy a ticket first to get in? Until next time, everybody, please remember to always be kind and love your animals.